to another episode of Footballin with Ben Roethlisberger. My name is Spence, and as always, I am joined here by two-time Super Bowl champion, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, sorry. Which is my camera? It's been so long.
There, yes,
it's been so long. I wasn't ready.
We're fixing the nameplate. We got a glare.
No, I was fixing the plate.
There we go.
Warren a Ballhorn. Thanks, Jason and Brian.
I
feel like I'm not like in my normal spot. Am I moved over a little bit?
These are just where the chairs were when I showed up. Yeah.
So we're so unprofessional that we don't even know.
We should put
a little tape on the floor for where our chairs are supposed to be.
Yeah. So my thought initially when we were doing this, like I would typically do that in a production, but this is your house, so I didn't want like gaff tape.
Put tape down on my floor.
Just like
appreciate you.
Yeah. So
what's that hat, by the way?
Oh, this hat right here?
Yeah.
This one right here? This one? That's the one you're talking about? Yeah, that is actually, this was a gift from the good people over at Cigar City Brewery. Yeah, so we had featured their Highlight IPA, which is delicious. You should try it if you haven't. Mm-hmm. And when we did that, they sent over a bunch of stuff.
Swag.
They sent a little swag.
Wow.
A little swag bag.
Cigar City.
Little swag
That's
box,
awesome.
actually. You have your stuff actually is in that box right there.
I've got to put it on. I'm wearing my Ashtown Brewing Company shirt.
Yes, sir.
We featured a beer from them. Remember they had the fallen brother in arms.
That's right.
The police officer. So they saw the show and sent a shirt in. So I thought I'd wear it tonight. 'Cause we really like that beer that they made too. So they sent there's a note right there. I'll probably reach the note.
You got that one? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Not only was that beer awesome, what they're doing is super rad.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
This might be a kind of beer heavy podcast as far as highlighting the breweries and the people who are sending it in, just because this is the time of year that nothing in the football world is happening.
Yeah, that we at least care about.
Yeah, but I mean, that we at least care. Yeah,
that we care about.
I mean, because it's So what's that note there?
This is. We don't have much to talk about. We're just going to kind of catch up.
Yeah,
we actually haven't hung out for a while either.
No. You've been gallivanting around the world
too much, taking the kids everywhere. But this is going to be, like you say, this will be a fun one. We'll just talk beers and talk about what's going on in life and maybe less football. But yeah, this is from the Ashtown Brewing Company in Longview, Washington. They talked about that Reckless Hazy IPA that we really liked that they had. That was for the Sheriff Deputy Justin. And anyway, they just said thank you, whatever, and said that people come into the brewery and mention that episode, which is really cool.
That's dope.
And the guy says, I grew up a Seahawks fan, but now will always be at number 7.
Hey.
So that's Jarrett Screen. I think that's how I say Jarrett Screen. So thanks for the shirt and good beer and keep doing your stuff.
That's all we're trying to do here, folks, is take fans from other teams and turn them into Steelers fans. That's all we're trying to do. And have a nice beer in the process.
100%.
You know what I mean?
We appreciate all those that send beers into Creekside. Thanks, Creekside.
Yes.
Tyler, all the people over there for continuing to help us receive these amazing beers. We've got a lot of cool ones. We've got a couple of new ones we're going to try tonight.
Yes.
We got 3 that we're going to try like normal, but who knows? We may.
This is actually probably the first episode that you got some of the beers, right? Because speaking of us not being able to hang out for a while, you've been on vacation with your family, and you scooped up some beers along the way.
I did. I scooped up 2. So, like you, when we go places, I can go to a restaurant or someplace and it's like, oh, I'm going to a nice steakhouse. Like, of course I want some nice red wine.
Yes.
And I might get some when the steak comes. But you know what else I'm going to get? I'm going to go find me a nice local beer.
Yeah.
Maybe an IPA, maybe an ale. Who knows?
You're big on that.
Anything. Yep. I just want to go try something local.
Yep.
And so we went on a vacation. The family and I, a few weeks ago, we went out to Estes Park, Colorado, however you say it. Everyone's different.
I'm sure we'll get it wrong.
I'm sure. And we go out there. We went to Wind River Camp. It's a Christian family camp. We spent a week out there. A lot of amazing people out there, families in the NFL community. Some still playing, some retired. Small group of people, but it was so much fun because the kids love it. I mean, it's like we're horseback riding in the Rockies every day. We're penning cows. They're playing pickleball. We're going for hikes. We'll get up in the morning on one morning and go for a ride, like an hour ride, and then have breakfast, like made on a big grill. Like biscuits and gravy and eggs. And
bro, so your Yellowstone dream, dog.
So good. It is truly that. We'll horseback up into the Rockies and have lunch beside a stream. Like in that ice cold like River Mountain coming down.
Why'd you come back?
I know.
Yeah, why'd you come back?
But anyway, the people at Wind River are awesome. Cowboy Don, all the counselors are so amazing because they do so much and take care of the kids. Like literally, we'll have a Bible study in the morning. We'll get up for breakfast, and then the adults do a Bible study, which was led by David Platt this year. And if you don't know David Platt, who he is, check him out. Because
calling that a Bible study led by David Platt, that's very.
He is one of the most amazing speakers, preachers.
Yeah, you had
theologian.
You had a college course every morning.
Yes,
is what you
every
had.
morning,
yeah.
and it was on the book of Jonah, which was amazing because everyone just assumed that Jonah got eaten by a fish and that was it.
Yeah,
but not eaten, but swallowed. I guess he wouldn't eat.
Yeah, I mean that's
But there was so much more to that book that David like dove into.
You about to fall into a sermon right now, dog? Usually I'm the one doing.
I know, and I was going to just set you up and then bring you.
No, man. You got the spark notes.
But no, it was. But we did that every morning. But every morning when we did that, like the kids would be with counselors, and there were so many. They're all like college kind of counselors and stuff, and they're on fire for the Lord, and so they're with the kids, and the kids are just off playing with just whatever it is, brushing the horses and all this stuff. So it's just an unbelievable time. You feel so full when you leave. When I went there, it was kind of the last night. We all talked about what did we like about it. We encourage each other, encourage the counselors, and it's kind of one of those things which I'm sure you've been a part of. I know we both have at one point where you're going into something like that and you're like, I'm good, right? Like I feel good in this. And then once you're done, you're like, man, I was not as good as I thought I was good, right?
Yep.
Like you get done, you're like, man, I feel good.
Yeah, dude.
And so anyway, it was just awesome. And we had Mike Donnie from 10th Avenue North was our music leader and led worship and all this stuff. And that was, he's so good, so talented. And he's like a theater major. I'm sure you know. He's like a theater major. So he can do he does voices.
Yo, we need to set him up with Alex and get a voice off going.
I'm telling you.
What do you mean by voices? Like Alex voice? Like when he was doing?
No,
like,
no
what do you
offense,
mean by,
Alex. Alex was great.
Yeah.
Like he would, so two examples. He would, when the kids would come around and he would just do like a total Shrek voice.
Oh,
and go from Shrek to Donkey.
But
like boom, 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 like
passable, like you believed 100%. It was. Yeah.
And then and the kids would like start laughing, and then he would and then all of a sudden I would he'd like Benjamin, what's a movie you love?
Yeah.
And Benjamin would be like look, Lord of the Rings, and he's like, it makes me, that little smee thing.
Dude, you almost had it, dude.
Almost, no, I didn't try.
Yes.
And he would do that, and Benjamin fell on the ground like it was the great.
Really?
Like, he can just do all those voices, right?
That's wild, man.
So they do a hootenanny the last night.
Yeah.
And they put on this play, this silly play.
Educate me real quick on what a hootenanny.
Well, I don't know officially what a hootenanny is, but the hootenanny is like silly skits.
Oh, okay.
That they put on, just or they'll do one of the guys will come out with a piece of paper and be like, give me a number. Give me a fish.
Yeah.
Give me and you fill in this blank, and they read a script, and the people act out what you say.
Oh, it's like a theatrical Mad Lib.
Yes.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, okay, that's dope.
And so while they're doing it, Mike is making the sound effects to what's going on.
That's awesome.
So it's like they're fishing. He's like, zing, zing, doing all these these noises, and so he's just so talented. So that was cool, but. Anyway, I was losing track of what I was saying, but it was
think 10th Ave's music's good. You should listen to their sound effects.
But we had just some amazing people, amazing Bible time. The kids had so much fun, and so it just really filled you up, And again, big shout outs to all the people at Wind River, and what they do, not just for our camp, but for Wounded Warriors, and they do so much out there for a lot of soldiers and stuff, really trying to find their way. It's really cool, and all the people at the PAO and the counselors, David Platt and Mike and all those guys. But anyway, we went to dinner one night. We got to leave the kids at home at the camp with the counselors, and we went to this unbelievable kind of. It was called the Seven Keys. It's like a lodge bed and breakfast overlooking Estes Park, because we're actually up just a little bit. We're overlooking Estes Park.
Okay.
Went there for a nice dinner and everything, and so the story of the Seven Keys is cool. I won't get into it right here, but it's a really cool why it's called that.
Is it like Fight Club? Are you even allowed to tell? Is it like playing Augusta? Did you ever play Augusta?
I can't talk about
what? I don't know.
What is that? But anyway, we go up there and we all have some appetizer, hors d'oeuvres, stuff like that, and we sat at the bar. The guys were sitting there, and they were getting like old fashions because they're famous for the old fashioned.
Okay.
Which I'm not really an old. Was that bourbon I think or whiskey?
Yes.
Okay.
Bourbon, yeah.
And they like smoke it with like the cherry wood and all this. Like this, it was pretty cool to watch.
Right. Yeah.
But I was like looking. I was like, okay, maybe I'll do a little wine. I'm like, you know what? No. I said, what do y'all have? Is like a local beer. Like, give me something local. I said, obviously, not Coors Banquet, even though we love the Banquet.
We're already
not
on that
Coors
team.
Light. Like I know those are local beers, but give me something good. And so he's like, well, we got a couple different things. We got like an IPA, another IPA. We've got an ale. I said, let's try them.
Yep.
And so the first one I'm going to get for you that I tried is it actually has a story, which I feel like we should look up because they say you can look it up. So I want to thank
let's look it up.
The brewery. This is from Lumpy Ridge Brewing Company. Okay, this one's called Frozen Dead Guy Days. So supposedly, supposedly look up Frozen Dead Guy like Colorado or something.
Frozen.
And there was Frozen Dead Guy.
All right.
Oh, here you go. Oh, I can read the back too.
Okay. You tell me what you want to do.
Because this is now roles are reversed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
So
this is a pale ale.
Okay.
Just a pale ale. Lumpy Ridge Brewing Company, Frozen Dead Guy Days. It says it's brewed in Estes Park, so this is truly a local.
Okay.
Frozen Dead Guy Days is one of Colorado's most beloved festivals.
That's what I'm getting.
It began 20 years ago in Nederland. I hope I say that. Nederland,
See
Colorado.
how hard it is to pronounce things, man. I just want you to empathize with me in the future.
With you. Nederland, Colorado, to celebrate Grandpa Brito, cryogenically frozen Colorado resident.
No.
The event was salvaged by the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, where it will begin its next chapter. Frosties from all over the world partake in coffin races, a dead man fashion show, brain freeze contest, and more while enjoying live music and craft beer.
Hold on. You brushed over the fact they call themselves Frosties.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Frosties come
I guess
from
what they're
all
called,
over?
Frosties from all over. This locally crafted pale ale is light, dry, and bursting with Comet hops. Enjoy and stay cool. Okay?
I'm in.
So this is the first one I had when I was out there.
Okay. Side note.
Yeah.
You know we have to go to this festival, right?
I mean,
you know, like that's the next step in our journey.
I feel like we should. Brain freeze. What do you do? Like drink a frozen slushy as like fast as you can. See how bad your brain freeze gets?
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, well,
but we're showing up and we're doing everything.
Frozen.
We're gonna do the brain freeze. We're doing it all.
Isn't that amazing? All right, now I poured. You have to do the whole thing first.
How do you do
That's how it goes.
I mean, that smells delicious. Very pale ale-ish.
Okay. There you go.
Gotcha. Oh, dude, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? Make you want to just cryogenically freeze something. You know what I mean? That's very good.
I told you. What? Now here's my question. It's a pale ale.
Yeah.
What's the difference in like an IPA and a pale ale?
So, this is my experience with it, is that the pale ale is not as bitter. It's usually lower ABV. We got educated. Thank you. We got educated by the awesome people that watch this show and are about this life for real, that India Pale Ale is called an India Pale Ale because they would put more hops in it as they would travel over.
I do remember you
saying, you know what I'm saying? So,
yes. A little hoppier.
To kind of keep it, but then it started being delicious. So I don't know. I don't know the actual
That's good.
reason.
Right? You like this?
I like a good pale ale.
I think this is very good.
IPAs are like hit and miss for me. Mm-hmm. Like I think when you get a really good one, it's really, really good. But I can drink almost any pale ale, and that's delicious.
Yeah.
Frozen Dead Guy Days.
Yeah. Thank you, Lumpy Ridge Brewing. Frozen Dead Guys.
Yeah. What's the ABV on that?
5%.
Oh,
I assume that's what the 5% means on it.
Yeah. So you can just hang out on that one.
Yeah. So, and I will get to the next one next, but not in a little bit. But that's.
Would you be honest though? Because we talked about this a little bit before. Mm-hmm. But we get a lot of breweries send stuff in. Yeah. A lot of people send stuff in from their favorite breweries. Would you really go to that festival? Should we do that? Like, would you go visit? Would you? I don't want to say take the show on the road because we've done a live show and that's a really cool experience. But like, would you do go do that?
I would.
Like, what if we found like the coolest craft beer things that happen all throughout the country, like stuff like this, and just go did those things?
I think it'd be awesome. Well, it's like that hotel in Ohio that we've talked about going to.
Oh yeah,
we got to take the show there.
Yes,
that's what I would love to get this show to. Like I enjoy like the football season, this, that, and the other. Having guests on here is awesome. I love sitting here with you like this. But I would love to take this, not do a live show like in front of an audience. No offense to them, but like I would love to take this to like breweries, craft thing, like things like that.
Yeah,
highlight local. Especially Pittsburgh, like, you know, we love supporting Pittsburgh. Like going to local breweries around here, maybe they're just opening or whatever it is, and doing this here and sampling some of their beers and talking about it. I think it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'd definitely do something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Frozen dead guy days.
That place is beautiful. Estes Park is beautiful, beautiful. So, but that was So we were out there doing that. Had the beers out there. We'll talk about the next one next. Yeah. But that was a lot of fun to do that. So,
and you did that for how long?
A week. We did a full week out there.
But then you guys just went down south for a little bit.
We did. We went down there.
Well, before I tee that up, because I don't know, is that going to usher in another beer? Because I don't want to rush it.
No.
Okay. I don't know where the other beer is from.
Estes Park.
Oh, both of them from
okay, cool. Yeah, no, both of them are from that same night.
Okay.
So no, we can go back to it. I'm so excited for you to try the other one, by the way. That was really good. But the other one is unique. Like one of the craziest.
Got a weirdo today? Or no? I got a weirdo here.
No, not a weirdo.
Okay, I got a weird one.
No, it's good. But anyway, yeah, we went down south where it is hot as a Dickens.
Yeah.
I mean, you walk outside, you just feel like you're walking into a wall.
Yeah.
But went down there and spent some time with some really good people. Matter of fact, I got my new Dad Tired hat on.
Hey.
Thank you, Jared.
Hey, look
at
that.
Dad Tired.
Looking fresh.
I know, it's a nice one. My old one I was wearing it too much. Getting a little.
No, but I kind of feel we talked about that, right? How hats look better when they're worn in. Yeah. It's like Vans. Vans look better dirty.
It'll get broken. It's nice. But yeah, thanks, Jared. Got to spend some time with Jared Lopes and his family. Micah Tyler, who's one of our good friends, who's a musician. If you don't know about that man's music, go check it out. I mean, he's just number one after number one after number one.
Unreal.
Great musician. His new song. Did you see his new song? Praying.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Did you see who's in it? The video?
Yes, who's in it. I didn't know. Okay, so
with his hair down.
I only watched the video because I heard Micah say that he was in the video.
Oh, really?
And I was like, no way. And if you don't know who we're talking about the legend Scott Brickle.
Great White Buffalo.
All right. By the way, he just lost his mind that I said his name on the show.
Oh, Brickle's the best.
We love you, Brick.
Brickle's the best. Brickhouse Entertainment. But I was like watching the video and I'm like, okay, Micah's being silly. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, rewind that. Was that?
Yes.
Was that him? And it was.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was funny. But yeah, Micah's amazing. For those of you that don't know or haven't heard, go check his stuff out. Yeah. Very inspiring story. Got a great book, Walking Free.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, spent some time down there with them and the family. 4th of July, got to see some awesome fireworks.
Do you guys do fireworks there?
They do 2 really awesome shows.
Yeah,
one at the Ritz, that's not down the street, and then one at the golf course.
So did you hear that up here? Was it one of the country clubs had to do their fireworks show on a different day?
We came back and saw it.
Okay, so all right.
We came back, Allegheny Country Club.
Yeah. So that we were like me and
it was a show.
Was it? Well, dude, we
Did you hear it happen? The story?
Yeah, so I heard. Well, through the grapevine.
Okay.
All right, so it was like they got the wrong truck or something delivered or something. Is that what happened?
So
Dude, I don't mean to air y'all out, guys. I'm just saying, like I heard.
No, well, around here, Zambelli Fireworks, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
They're really good what they do. Well, they Allegheny Country Club does a 4th of July fireworks show. A really nice one.
Yeah.
Really good, 20, 30 minutes. And so I guess they had a wedding coming up in early August, and they do a little 8-minute show on the back of the driving range for people. It's a cool thing. And I guess so for the 4th, they sent the little 8-minute wedding one, and so they were like, "Well, we can't do this," so they canceled it. And I didn't know about this till literally we're on our way back. I get an email 4th of July at Allegheny, whatever. I'm like, oh, so I was talking to the GM about it, and he's telling me the story, and he says that they did that happened, and Zambelli was just oh my goodness, we screwed up, we're so sorry, we are going to make it up to you. And so it's
so they that's amazing,
coming.
dude.
Right, so we're we need to go. So we're with my parents, and it was worth.
So what day was that?
The 8th.
Okay, because I remember we were putting our daughter down to bed, and there's fireworks going off, and we could hear them, and I was like,
Oh, I'm sure.
I was like, brother, what day is it right now?
It was unbelievable.
That was so funny, dude.
It was loud. It was through the roof.
Yeah. That's wild.
Kids just checking on the kids. They told them to make sure they're doing okay.
Yeah, for those of you guys watching and have made it almost 20 minutes into this thing and are upset that we had not mentioned anything about football, we apologize, but I think you're going to have to blame the NFL for that.
Footballing.
Yeah, that's true. We are balling. Right. Which, if for this audience has grown significantly since we started. If you don't understand the name's a joke of the podcast. Mm-hmm. Probably should explain it. Like the name Footballin. These beer samplings that we do, we call ballin, because it's just like a different language from a beer out of California where the city has their own language, and so they had something on it called Ballhorn. Anderson Valley Brewing Company is where we got it from, and it was an inside joke. We thought this. We didn't know that anybody would want to watch this, so it would start off as a joke, and now they talk.
You came up with the footballing because we were just like we're balling, right? You're like football, like just because you're creative.
Well, that did not take much creativity to come up with that. It was supposed to be a joke, but now I think it's hilarious now that it's like it gets published places and gets talked about on national. Yeah, they have to say this stupid word that we made up.
And we get really cool things like our brewing things. And I want to shout this out as I'm sitting here. Yeah, I kind of want to have like these desks, like Pat McAfee's guys have all these cool things on. We don't have
desk
that.
Is so freaking cool.
And there's this. It's Be Alive.
Yep.
Okay, we got like some shirts and some gear from them. This is a high camp flask. What you might ask? Wait, I'm
what
confused.
Is that?
Well, you take this top.
Yeah.
Cup for you.
Is that for me?
Cup for me.
2 cups? My man, hey.
That's what it is. Look at that flask. How much is in there?
Look at that. That's
hot cocoa.
You can put a full bottle of wine in that.
Bottle of wine. Couple beers.
Maybe a half gallon of milk.
Isn't that cool?
How much does that hold, you think? Should we test it out? You want to take it over?
Wash it, but yeah, maybe pull the whole thing. But yeah, thanks. Be Alive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool. Thanks for the shirts, the gear. Also, I need to shout this letter out real quick because we get a lot of letters and we can't because we only do 3 at a time. Yeah. We obviously have to try some beers off air and just talk about it. But we got a letter here, and I'm gonna talk about this because we can't do the beer because we just got it today and it's warm and we don't want to drink warm beer.
Not a big fan of warm beer.
But we're just gonna give a shout out to Wesley Olson. He's the grandfather of Cheyenne Sutton, and it's signed Cheyenne Sutton's grumpy grandfather.
I mean, listen.
I'm not going to read the whole letter. It is pretty funny, but she sent us in a blueberry ale from Alaska, basically, and he said that his granddaughter and he came down from Alaska to watch us play.
Oh, really?
I didn't play in that game. They had to watch Mason. They didn't love that. But basically, they're talking about blueberries and ale. Like he says, as a grumpy grandfather,
yeah,
blueberries and
self-proclaimed grumpy grandfather.
They should never go together.
Okay.
So he sent
a different
beer.
Okay.
He sent a brown ale, that he wanted us to try, but we're not going to be able to try it on the show because it's not.
It's just not tonight.
Not tonight. We're going to drink it.
Yeah.
But it's called Moose Drool.
That sounds so much better.
Moose Drool Brown Ale.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's from Alaska, and he goes, it's probably not the best ale in Alaska. It's actually made in Montana. But Moose Drool. So anyway, Wesley Olson, grumpy grandfather, he said if we didn't shout out that we got this, we need to send a letter back saying that we got the beer. So we got the beer.
Yeah, we got it.
And we will try
Thank you.
Once it gets cold.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, my man.
Moose Drool. I do love the name. Moose Drool. That's
but brother, I'm not going somewhere to order something called Moose Drool. Even if I know it's like a.
If you're in Alaska, you wouldn't say, "Give me a Moose Drool." We have a draft. I'll take the Moose Drool.
That's true. If it's in
kind
Alaska,
of funny.
I mean, if it's in Alaska and you're about that, it's like this thing right here. Like if I'm out here and it's frozen, was it Frozen Dead Guy days? And I'm a, what are we called?
Frosty.
I'm a Frosty dude, and I'm full Frosty in it. And a Frosty comes up to me, like an OG Frosty comes up, like, bro, we drank the Moose Drool. I'm like, oh, you're right. We do drink it. I'll take a Moose Drool for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I it's got a moose in the can.
Yeah,
we'll get into it, but
dope, man.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, you did mention Pat.
We did mention him about his cool desk that he has all the different things, and he's kind of like our really our big brother because we're like way below. Like we're like the step brother, maybe way down below. Like not even we're on the same. Like I'm not trying to say we're the same thing. It's more about like we've like looked up their show and what he's done. And he's given us some shout outs.
Their show's
unbelievable.
Huge. Their show, yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
but my point is, since we've had our last show, I think he's had a daughter.
He has, right? Yes, he's had a kid, and that is huge.
Yes,
because
awesome.
we're both daughter dads.
Yes, we are. And I was thinking like, hey Pat, if you want to come on the show and do a daddy show,
a dad show,
because you've got, your daughter's really like, a baby.
Yeah.
You've got a 2-year, almost.
She'll be two.
So you're just a little ahead. I've got 10, 9, and 7. So I'm that next. I'm not saying we're by any means professional dads, but we've been doing it for a little bit.
Yeah, well,
longer.
they don't pay me for it. That's for sure.
True. Yeah. But we can have them on here and just talk about dad stuff. Like, do you think? Let me ask you this question.
Yep.
And we're not going to. And by the way, if any of, please, with all due respect for everything we say here, to Pat, like this is not disrespect Pat. I'm asking the question.
Yes.
Is Pat a diaper changing dad?
Oh, for sure.
I think so too.
100%.
Because there's a lot of dads who will not change diapers. Did you know that?
They're not in my circle. I didn't know that.
Well, I know that. But yes, there 100%. There are dads out there that will not change a diaper.
Never met Pat McAfee a day in my life.
Right.
I've watched his show a handful of times. Again, I'm not a big sports guy. I'm not diving in to do that, watch that on my free time. But it's very entertaining. From what I know about that guy, Yinzer.
Yes.
Right. So brother's getting his hands dirty.
For sure.
He's diving in.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Is he changing diapers? 100%. And not only is he changing diapers, he's probably going to make it like a competition and wants to figure out how to make it and do it the best he can possibly do and optimize it. He seems like an optimized guy. He's like, why are we doing it this way? Why wouldn't we do it? We should do it this way.
And I don't know his wife, but I wonder if is there like a little competition? They're like, hey, I just changed that diaper in 13 seconds. Oh, well, I'm going for 12.
Here is only one way to find out.
I know.
I also think it's funny that we've kind of gone back and forth talking about you going on his show, his coming on this show.
Like, we got to have him on first. We got to get him on first. You're on first.
I don't know how that happens in your guys' world.
Oh, I don't know either.
I'm just over here. Yeah.
I think, I feel like Pat, and like I said, I don't really know Pat either, but just from watching him and his like, just like he's got that personality. Yeah. I feel like he's the type too that like he'd change the diaper and be like, hey honey, come check this out. Like not afraid of anything. Right. Like he seems like he's no fear.
No.
And just like, oh, what did we eat here? Or something crazy.
Like, what was for dinner? How frustrated would people be if Pat comes on the show and we say nothing about sports and we're only talking
That would be amazing.
People would be so bummed out,
They'd be so mad, but it would be awesome.
Like, you wasted it on that?
I think it'd be awesome.
Brought to you by Huggies. Yeah. No, I think the Pat McAfee show collab would be awesome for the people, man, just to hear the stories of your guys' career. Just, whatever.
Diapers.
That's what you got to give the people what they want.
Do you think when you're changing diapers?
Yeah.
This question came up when we were out in Yellowstone National Park when we were walking around. When we were out there.
Yeah.
We had to go into the public toilets, kind of.
Sure.
But it's like a
the
glorified,
park.
it's a glorified porta john.
Yeah.
Not the most glorious thing, right?
You out there though, bud.
But so my question is, coming off of that,
yeah.
I know you're like, where's this going? Would you rather taste it or smell it?
Smell it, dog. What? Why is tasted an option? What are we talking about?
So here's the question.
Yeah.
If you're in the diaper or you're in the porta john, you can plug your nose.
Yep.
So you're not smelling it.
Sure.
Then you're probably tasting a little bit.
But
true. If you don't taste it,
that's true.
Or if you go the other way and breathe through your nose, you're gonna smell it.
Sure.
Which is awful.
I'm going smell.
When you're changing the diaper, you're not plugging your nose. You're trying to hold your breath. You're breathing through your nose.
No, early on, I definitely, the baby ones, man, right? Yeah, when they the 6 month, I've definitely done the breath hold, man. But I'm so efficient.
It's just quick. Yeah.
That's just, buddy.
Just saying.
Yeah. What are you?
That's a thought. That's a thought.
What are you? Where are you going on that? Tasting some? Are you holding the breath? Well,
I really don't think I'm tasting it.
You don't got the greatest sniffer as it is, though. So
I get a little cold right now, actually. I plug my nose.
Yeah.
I'm not plugged. I stop breathing through my nose, start talking through my mouth.
Yeah.
And I try not to breathe.
Right.
I still don't feel like I taste it.
No one talk because I'm done with this real quick.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I was just wondering, what Pat does. That's the question I'd ask Pat.
Oh, yeah.
As we're not talking football.
As we're not talking football. Yeah. Listen.
But congratulations, Pat. Like, seriously. Awesome. Life is, as you know already, I don't even, probably what, couple months. I mean, not very old, but life has changed for you and will continue to change. But it's one of the greatest things after being married that you'll probably ever do.
Love to see it, man.
Yeah, really cool. So congratulations, man. That's awesome.
I love hearing you guys share about it too, man. That's huge.
Yeah,
because they do that on the show
really
as well.
Cool.
But let's crack into another one of these brewskis, and then I want to say we dive into football because I don't know that there is any. I see we have training camp coming up.
I'm not going to training camp.
You're not going to go?
Well, they asked us. Mike Marchinsky, Chinny, asked us to go do the show up there, and I just don't. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say I'm not going to go. I'm saying. I'm not sure.
Okay. We'll leave it open.
Okay.
You guys
I'm just telling you that. I don't even know if you knew that, but I'm just telling you that.
Now we know. I would imagine it'd be difficult to do our show.
To drink beer?
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe hey, coach, can we sit on the field and drink our beer?
Yeah.
It might be.
Seems a little counterintuitive to what they got going on there.
We'll
but yeah, do you want to do this one?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
So do that one, and I'll go grab the other one out of the fridge.
Time.
See, I think I'm a better beer host than you because I keep mine cold.
Yeah. Oh,
and yours is warm, and that's why it's about the flood on us.
You're better at a lot of things, but listen, never once did I claim to be good at any of this.
Oh,
all right. I'm just here.
I'm just glad I didn't spill my beer.
Well.
Do you have the note for that one?
I do have a note for that one.
Oh, look at it. That one's yours. Here, I'll take that one.
That one's for you, dog. How am I doing something wrong?
You let it get warm.
That's not warm, dog.
I know it's not warm, but you let it just sit outside for 20, 30 minutes.
Don't look at the clock, dude. What are you doing? It's in your instinct. All right. That one was nice. Look.
Okay.
When it counts. All right. So this is from Southbound Brewing.
Southbound.
Yes. All right. And it was sent in. Excuse me. It was hand delivered. By Kayla Pataninian. I am sorry.
That's a cool name.
Yes.
Say it again. However you think it is.
Pataninian.
I like the first way you said it better.
Pataninian. I think I added too many ends. So I'm sorry, Kayla. Listen,
Kayla,
thank you for this. I shouldn't be the one doing this. All right. It says, Ben and Spence, I absolutely love your show and listening to it religiously while driving for work selling Southbound beer. She sells this beautiful nectar. All right. I came to town to see Taylor Swift, which actually was an awesome show.
Did you go?
Yeah, dude. We went with Alex. Yeah, me and Ken's went with Alex and Alyssa and a bunch of their friends from college.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Cool.
Yeah, it was actually an awesome show. And I'm sure you want to know more about it, so I feel free to tell you about Taylor Swift. You big Swiftie over here.
I have no problem with Taylor Swift.
You just weren't going to go to
I just
the
didn't
show.
go. Ashley and the girls all
So we went the day before.
We went Friday or whatever.
We went Friday. Yeah. It was awesome. So knew I had to hand deliver the product to Creekside. Shout out. Think you will both enjoy these brews. Great for summer. No stouts. You're welcome, Ben.
Okay, thank you.
Been a Steelers fan my entire life. Walked around Heinz Field after your last home game. She cried when you did that.
Oh.
All of us did. You're one of the greats, and seeing you congratulate Kutch on the PNC Park screen for his 2000th hit gave me
congratulations,
goosebumps.
Kutch.
Yeah.
2000.
Yes. Thank you for trying the beer. Keep doing what you're doing with the show. Awesome. Kayla, thank you so much. Southbound, what are you doing?
I was pointing to Kutch's jersey again.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing
this. Go ahead. No, I was good.
You an Office fan? I was going to quote The Office, but I didn't want to ruin it.
I do like The Office.
All right. Okay. Southbound.
This is sour, did I hear you say?
This is Islandia Sour.
An Islandia Sour. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's from Savannah, Georgia. Tropical fruited sour, 5.3%. Southbound Brewing. All right.
Every time you say Southbound, I think of that song.
Yeah. I don't know that song. I'm going to be really honest with you. I think of Eastbound and Down with Down.
Eastbound and Down.
Dude, that show is so funny.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Perfect pairing to your endless summer escape. This tropical fruited sour is bright and refreshing, featuring tart pineapple, passion fruit, and mango.
I love pineapple.
Hey, hang your hammock and kick back while the king of all tides comes in.
I just ordered a hammock. Excuse me, I did not. I just about lied. I was looking up hammocks to order because I think there's nothing better than sitting in a hammock.
I got a hammock, dude. Come over. Pop in the hammock.
Ryan. Hammocks are great.
Just pop in the hammock. I don't think that's a phrase. I think it's a weird thing I said. All right,
okay.
Yeah, hammock. Yeah, you get a good hammock. This shows. This. I feel like this.
Yeah, sour. I forgot.
I forgot.
Oh, it's Woo.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it lingers. My eyes are watering.
Yeah.
Woo. It's good though. I mean, it's. I don't mind it at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
That really gets you in the sinuses.
I told you.
What are you doing to us, Kayla?
I like that.
The flavor's amazing.
Oh wait, I might have got that one. That would have been a lot different. Like, wow, the sour really went away.
How would you rate that? I think it's a really good sour.
It's a really good sour. I mean, what? That's perfect.
I know. How do you do that?
I like that. I'd give that a 7.
Yeah,
That's a really good. I could. It's not overly like. I know it sounds really like this doesn't make any sense, but sometimes sours are sweet.
Yeah, no, for
Does that
sure.
make sense? Like, and people are like, oh, that's sour. It's not sweet, but it's got like this like. I think they make it sour by making it sweet.
Well, I mean, you get all the fruit in it, right? So it apparently contains lactose.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Well, you're not gonna be able to tolerate this then.
I'm actually not, but 'cause I love ice cream and milk
It's so good.
and cheese.
Yeah, yeah. That's I might give that a 7.5.
I could drink that.
Yeah,
for sure. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you.
that's very good. So, this time of year in the season, what are you typically doing as a player? Because I always feel like as a fan, I get super bored, and then all the media outlets, which I guess is like us now, they like come up with these crazy narratives. It's like, what if the Chiefs trade Patrick Mahomes for the? And it's like, dude, what are we even talking about?
A lot
anymore?
of rankings, right?
Yeah, a lot of rankings.
The best that.
A lot of like narratives. It's like, well, this could happen.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing though? Vacations and breathing?
Usually,
like,
so this is like your second like off season, right? So when the season's over, you get a little off season, and then you come back for like OTAs and mini camps, and get back into football, and then you get like another break right now before training camp starts.
yeah.
Excuse me, sour made me burp. And everyone's different. And this time, I'd like to actually rest my body again.
Okay.
Because I knew what I was about to go into. Now, early on in my career, like this was a time like, okay, get yourself ready to go to camp. I'm going to camp. I'm being in this like crazy good shape, this, that, and the other. And like get my arm ready and all that. And then as I got older, I was like, you throw and work out so much at camp that it's like, I actually found it better to like not throw during this time. Like maybe a week before camp, like just so I wasn't going in super rusty. But like I wouldn't throw during this time because I felt it so much more productive. I found it so much more productive to let my arm rest during this time. I would still work out and do some conditioning, but I wasn't like grinding myself into it because you're going to go to camp and you're going to grind yourself there, and then you're going into a long season. So I found it better to go into this like month before you go in and just kind of hitting some cardio, doing some light stuff so that you're not, I didn't feel like I wanted to go to training camp, to use analogies like a super sharp knife, like sharp blade, ready for day one, because you're still going to camp for a month. You don't need to be sharp and ready till the season.
Sure.
So I like to go in. I wasn't going in as like a dull, like a butter knife, but I was going in just like, okay, I'm creating a point on this knife that is ready to be sharp. It's getting there. It'll cut you if you're not careful, but I wanted to use camp to get myself to the next, to really like sharpen that blade, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like I said, early on I was throwing, but then I got to the point of, listen, I'm not throwing during this time because you're about to go throw, 5,000 footballs in the first week of practice.
Yeah.
Like just let it go. Your arm's going to get like plenty of work. So that was my thing.
That's very interesting because I feel like nowadays with athletes and social media, like they're always posting workout videos. I understand like social media, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but at what point in your career did that transition happen from like, oh, I want to show up ready to handle it, and then you get to a point where it sounds like, oh, actually, this is here.
Yeah.
This is here to get me ready. So what am I doing?
Probably, I try to guess year 8, 7, 8.
Oh, so you did it for like 7
Yeah, I still did it for a while. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I just started then it was like one time, like, okay, let me just back off a little bit.
Sure.
Let me back off a little, like kind of where's that fine line? And it's different for everybody. I've had, this is crazy. I've had GMs that I've talked to because maybe I knew a coach or something that were like, hey, how does your arm stay fresh till the end of the season? Because my arm at the end of my career, like my last 6, 7, 8 years, felt great at the end of the season. Yeah. How does your arm feel good? Like we're working with a veteran quarterback that maybe his arm's starting to like fall off toward the end of the season. And you watch football. If you watch football, you could see guys' arms start to fatigue at the end of the season. Now, for a good reason. You're throwing a lot of footballs. Yeah. And I was like, I don't throw in the offseason. They're like I was like, what? So I didn't throw much in the offseason. I said, because I'm going to go throw in camp and I'm going to do this and I save my arm. And they're like, oh my goodness, like can you tell our veteran, can you tell the guy, can you I'm going to go tell the coach, like, I think that was like eye-opening to people because people want to, and listen, I understand too, because there's times that I would take a week or I'd take a weekend or time and I would take my receivers, tight ends, running backs, and we'd go somewhere, we'd throw. Right. California, we'd go down to the lake, we'd go, whatever, and we would get workouts in. I'm not saying you can't do that, but I didn't feel it necessary to do it every week throughout the offseason.
Sure.
It's fine to grab it for a weekend, to grab it for a week or whatever it is, which we did, and we had a blast doing it. But that's as much about team building. You go do that. That's as much to get to know each other and whatnot. Especially, I did it. When Juju was young in the league, and some of those guys, James Conner was there. Trying to think Jesse James. Trying to think who else went to that Eli Rogers, but we did it as much because I was so much older, like to let them kind of like let's have some time to connect.
Bridge the gap there.
Yep. Yeah. So, but that's what I did. I'm sure some guys are out there right now benching and squatting and running and pushing it because that's just how some guys are too. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just you asked what I did.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that would be beneficial to stay conditioning or throwing throughout the entire off season for younger guys? Do you think the transition happened because you were getting older, or do you think, oh, you know what, I figured something out, I'm actually
both?
Yeah.
I think each guy's a little different.
Sure.
You have to know your body, you have to know your arm. And so I found out what worked best for me. You have to find out what works best for you and utilize it. But you won't know that unless you try things.
Sure.
If you're only going into it like, no, this is what I have to do. Well, how do you know what have you tried the other way?
Right.
Or have you only tried this? So why not give yourself a chance? Like, this time I'm going to take maybe not the whole off season, right? Not I'm not going to throw it once. Like maybe that's extreme.
Right.
Say I'm going to take 3 weeks off. I'm going to take a month off, or I'm going to go 2 weeks off. I'm going to try something else to see what could work better for you. Listen, I promise you, if you took like 3 weeks off or 2 weeks off more than normal, you're not going to go into the season and be like, oh, I had a bad game or I had a bad season because I didn't throw for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not, come on. You're a professional athlete. So
that's interesting.
I think you should try. I think you should tinker and tweak with your workouts to see what works best for you.
No, I love the method, man. I think it's so interesting because you've had the results that you've had. I think if anybody, I think about like the Mamba mindset, or I heard your boy Michael Phelps actually talk about this. He said he would go swimming 365 days of the year. He goes birthdays, Christmas, it didn't matter, because in swimming, and obviously this is a different sport, but if you were out of the pool for one day, it would take you 2 days to get back to where you were the day before, right? And so I'm like, well, hey, that guy has too many gold medals for me to argue with anything he says about. Yeah, exactly. And so, but for you to say that and have the career that you have had, it's like, well, maybe there might be actually something to this, to where like, obviously the rest and the recovery has gotten more and more to the forefront of, I think, professional athletes' longevity and success in the last 10 years and whatnot. Like it's a whole industry.
Yeah.
But I think when you get people like, you get the Mamba mindset with like, no, man, no days off. I work out harder. I'm always working. They're sleeping. I'm working. And you're like, nah, dude, you're like, that thing's going to fall off if you don't just like let it breathe and rest. And
you got to let your body rest, man. Rest is huge for your body.
No, and
rest doesn't just mean like, just like sleep.
Right.
But yeah, sleep is super important. That's one of the things I tell rookies. invest in a really good mattress, like whatever that is, because your sleep is important. But you also have to get your head in bed too.
Sure,
you got to get in there, dude. But sleep is important. But also just letting your body like not doing something physical. Getting in a pool, going for a swim. Things like that. Like just you don't have to like max out on the bench and squat every day.
Yeah, I do. I mean. You just got to keep it right. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it right, keep it tight.
Yeah. You want to try to grab
I'm going to grab the other beer. I feel like I was going to say something too.
Hey, man.
And I lost it in my mind.
Story of my life. Okay. I feel like you mentioning the importance of a good mattress is really interesting to me because I feel like when I think about a professional athlete, like young cat coming up from college, dream coming true. I'm like, oh man, all the preparation and things that they're going to have to do in order to accomplish their goals and live out their dream. Buying a nice bed is not something
you think about.
Are there any other like things that us normals wouldn't even consider as something that you should do, but like for your guys' profession is a like a standard practice? Like, oh yeah, everybody has a nice bed. I remember Switz told me he was sponsored by Sleep Number. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I think I was like, NFL sponsored by Sleep Number.
That's, you know what I mean? I was like, why?
Hot tub or some sort of let your body get in there, and some sort of like a masseuse. Twice a week I would get some guy. James Harris. We talked to him. Hundreds of thousands of dollars on your body.
Yeah.
Nutritionist. Or meal prep.
Yeah.
Things like that, but just whatever, because especially in football, in all sports, not just football, but your body takes a beating. Physically, maybe someone's beating on you. Maybe it's a sport like even swimming where no one's beating on you, but you're constantly. You've got to have someone that can help you recover because you can. For a long time, I just did it myself. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm young. I can do it myself. But once you realize, like, I wish I would have realized earlier what I realized later. That, man, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? Why am I not hiring this person or working on this? And it's just, man, there's so much to taking care of your body because that's your, like, it's your bread. I mean, that's what it's all about, your body.
That don't work. It don't matter.
It's crazy.
That's why.
So, all right, you ready?
Yes.
This is Lumpy Ridge.
We back to the Ridge.
Lumpy Ridge, okay, same. This one's called Sun Lion. Okay?
I'm in.
Sun Lion.
Snoop Lion?
A tropical pale ale.
Oh, I'm probably going to love this.
Okay. Listen, I don't doubt it.
Was this the one where you said this was unique?
Very unique.
All right, I'll just dive in. I won't ask questions.
But the problem is I want to plug your nose because as soon as you smell it, you're going to be like, oh, it's a very distinct. As soon as you smell it, you're going to know. So part of me,
okay,
I don't know why. I just want you to
what am I
taste
going to
it.
know?
You're going to know. You're going to be like, holy cow, you're going to know why it's so unique. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, see, I don't want to read this till I want you to drink it first.
Yeah. Let me have the experience and then let me get educated. That's like everything I do in my life. I'll just try it and then I'll learn about it. As I build the plane in the air. And which one was your favorite when you got it?
I like the other one better than this one. I don't mind this. It's just very unique. And I'm having one.
Oh, it's one of those.
And you might have a bunch. It's because of the flavor and the smell that you're about to. Do
I do the whole thing? Or how you want me to just drink? You tell me.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you want to do.
Okay.
Do what you want. Bang, you already know what it is. What's it smell like?
It doesn't smell like anything.
Well, maybe I'm old.
Let me.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? What is that?
Yep. Super strong.
What is that? I'm not getting what you're getting.
You will. So that, really?
Maybe that sour jacked me up, man.
I don't know if I say this right, but.
Let me just say what I think.
Okay.
I don't even know what I think, dude. I feel like that's
here we go.
A very delicious, delightful beer.
It is good. Listen, I'm not saying it's not good.
Okay.
It's just unique. Wagwan Rasta. How do you say? Is that how you say Wagwan? It's like a Jamaica, like Wagwan Rasta, Rastafari. Brother. Yeah, okay.
Be can.
Yeah, Wagwan Rasta, whatever that means. This fruited pale is inspired by the one love spirit of Jamaica.
Okay.
Lime rind.
Okay.
Coconut.
I don't get coconut.
You don't taste coconut?
No, dog.
You're like colorblind. You're coconut blind.
Yeah. Well, I'm Polynesian.
That's super
it's in
strong.
Us. Is it?
That's why I was like, I thought you would like be uniquely with coconut.
Because I don't like coconut in drinks.
Neither
like that.
do I.
Yeah.
I don't really like coconut. I mean, it's okay, but
like
that's why I could only drink one.
Yeah.
But I was like, I thought you'd taste that for sure.
Oh.
Sour sop fruit.
Oh, the sop fruit got me for sure.
Citra, Cascade, and Pacific Gem hops make this Irie in a can.
Irie, bruh. That's another office quote I wanted to use. Coconut?
Coconut? I can't believe you don't taste the coconut. It's just
no. Well, maybe so if it, you know what it smells like actually? It smells like really. This is such a stupid comparison. It smells like really expensive like moisturizer.
That's like the coconut, right?
Yeah, but that's the coconut.
The lotion, like a lotion,
yes.
like a sunscreen.
What's the the Bulgari or what is it that they had it on the boat? It was all the.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know how you say it.
The U's a V.
It's like a V in it. Yeah. Okay.
But those little things are like $75 a pop. Those like little the stuff you typically steal from a hotel. Those ones.
No.
I mean borrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you like that?
That's very good. But it doesn't
hit
translate.
You. The coconut doesn't hit you.
No, it makes me think of that.
Maybe I just like the coke. Like I'm just such a coconut. Like I don't love coconut that it hits me really strong.
I still don't even mess with it. I can't even taste a coconut now.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. But again, it kind of the finish is kind of like that moisturizer.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I like that. I would give that like a 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't hate it. I'm going to go 5 because it's middle of the road. I'm not having more than one.
Yeah.
But Lumpy Ridge Brewing, thank you. Awesome job. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. So I got on a rabbit hole.
Uh-oh.
And because, again, there's not a lot of sports happening. And so when I knew that we were going to film an episode, I'm like,
I'm trying to think in my head right now.
Kind of like, well, do you know, I got super into tennis for like 20 minutes.
The Wimbledon's going on, right?
Yeah, I was watching. I wanted to get my hair cut and it was just on. I was like, yo, man, my man's out here. And I was like watching it like I'd been watching my whole life.
I woke up early to watch Wimbledon.
You did?
So when I was down at the lake.
You like Wimbledon?
I think, no, so that's what Benjamin asked me. Dad, why are you watching it? And I do watch some tennis sometimes. To me, like Wimbledon, the Open, the U.S. Open, and that's like the Super Bowl of their sport.
Yeah.
So like I respect it. I like it. So I do watch. I was a huge Roger Federer fan.
I'm telling you right now, when I was watching it, I was completely captivated.
Yeah. Yep.
I was ready to buy the all white. I was looking like I was in Boys and Men. Like I was ready to just do it. But I thought because of the lack of the sport that you used to play, I figure I was going to just look up these weird sports that exist.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say a name of a sport.
Okay.
Okay. And I want you to guess on how it's played.
Okay.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
All right. This one's from Spain.
Okay.
It was first played in 2005.
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah, and I believe it's pronounced Bosa ball.
Bosa ball.
Bosa ball.
Okay.
Professional athlete. How would you play Bosa ball? What do you think Bosa ball is?
Well, there's a Bosu ball, which is like an exercise ball.
Okay, it's not that.
Okay.
Okay. You had to think. In Spain.
I would say it's like a if I were to guess, I would call it like a like yard bowling.
Okay.
You know, like a bocce ball.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. Yeah, it's not that. 4 members per each side. Could play outdoor or indoor. The equipment you need is an inflatable court or trampoline because it's basically you remember it's coming back. What's that slam ball?
It's on trampolines. I was about to say, know it's coming back.
Yeah. So it's basically that meets volleyball.
Oh.
It's volleyball on an inflatable court with 4 members, and then there are 2 trampolines in the center that you can go.
You can just get really up there.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I've always wanted to do that slam ball, basketball on the trampolines. I mean, you go to like trampoline parks, like Urban Air and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they
would you do that though?
Yeah,
get on there with your knees going.
I would just because. Yeah. Probably, I'd be hurting for weeks.
But you have to.
I'd have to try it.
You'd have to. I mean, with your size,
in my younger days when I was healthier, it would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you can still.
I'm not
gonna
be like Chris and like pull a calf or an Achilles like doing it. But
my favorite part about that joke is that it was so specific. No. There's like 4 people watching this right now.
Sorry, Chris.
All right, how about this? This is a very popular one. Actually, you might know about this one because of that docuseries. The thing on Netflix with you remember the Italian fighting sport?
Oh yeah. What was that thing called? That was crazy.
This was featured on that.
Right? Home game.
Yeah. This is called cheese rolling. How do you think you win cheese rolling?
I think you roll your cheese down a hill, and the one that makes it the furthest standing up wins.
That would be standing up. I mean,
like a cheese, the cheese comes
wheel
in
of cheese. Wheel of cheese.
And you roll it down the hill.
Yeah,
and whichever one like makes it the furthest down the hill.
Okay, all right. Well, that would be a sport to watch. However, this one is they roll 1 wheel of cheese down this really steep hill in England, and then a bunch of people run down the hill, and the first one to get the wheel of cheese wins. But it's so steep that people just go flying, tumbling over each other, breaking their necks and stuff.
Oh my goodness! Like the cheese gets a head start.
The cheese gets a head start.
Catch it, right? Because the cheese is heavier.
Well, I mean, it's got to reach the end of the hill at some point.
Is it a little wheel cheese?
No,
or a big wheel?
Man. It's a.
It's a small wheel cheese. Okay.
Well, what's a big wheel cheese?
I mean, I'm talking like I was thinking.
Oh, the big,
cheese,
yeah.
A big wheel cheese.
Yeah, but it'd be
hilarious to watch.
The cheese can reach speeds because of the steepness of the hill. The cheese can reach speeds of 70 miles an hour.
Well, no one's catching it.
No.
70.
But that's imagine how fast the people are going down. You know what I mean? Okay, so how about we'll do the last one.
I'd love to watch those. I love watching stupid sports.
Oh, dude, this is the 25.
No offense to those of you that do cheese.
This is the 25 weirdest sports. Competitive sleeping. How do you think you win in competitive sleeping? This is real sport.
Serious?
I'm dead serious. There is a national siesta championship that took place in Spain in 2010. Now all these are in Spain. There's an actual league, the competitive sleeping league.
I'm saying,
how do you win?
I'm saying you go to sleep once you're asleep, or you go to sleep, whatever that looks like, and they make noise, and whoever can stay asleep the longest.
That's actually how you win. All right, that's actually so all you had to do was sleep for a full 20 minutes in the middle of a shopping mall. If you stayed asleep for 20 minutes in the middle of a shopping mall, you were able to win.
I mean, what if are you taking something to help you sleep?
I would imagine that's I
think Ashley would have. Ashley can do that.
Ashley would be.
She can
champion.
fall asleep through anything.
She might be asleep right now.
Let's take her right now. Take her.
Yeah, she can compete in the competitive sleeping league. It was a rapid growth for the California Sleeping Club.
It's awful. Rapid growth.
No, it wasn't it had rapid growth. The league. Yeah.
Okay.
So I figured this is the problem.
Ashley that was good. She falls asleep for anything.
Yeah.
Hey, what movie you want to watch tonight? Well, it doesn't matter what you want to watch, Ash, because you're gonna be asleep anyway.
Inside of my eyelids.
Yeah. I love it. I can. Hey, speaking of that, have you ever heard of? No, we're really just going off.
Yeah.
This is like us really sitting down here.
Yeah. People don't realize that when we do this for real, we rarely talk about sports.
Yes. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of an app called VidAngel? VidAngel.
No.
So you can it's an app. You can take a movie.
Okay.
And put filters through this app.
Yeah.
And it'll get rid of it in the movie. So you can take a movie, say it was Top Gun.
Yeah.
And say, I want to get rid of every curse word.
Oh, really?
I want to get rid of any. And there's one scene, where Maverick goes and hangs out with the girl.
You're talking about the new one?
No, the original.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying the original.
Yeah.
Either one doesn't matter. But I can say I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of
and it'll just block it.
It'll either it'll just disappear. How it goes silent for a second, or if it's a scene, they'll cut it out.
Really?
It'll go from one to the next. So you can get rid of violence, smoking, drugs, porn. I mean anything. Yeah. And it can go so your kids
can watch
whatever movie you want.
That's actually legit.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And it's just really like unique if you have kids and you don't want to, expose them to, things.
Yeah. No, I love that.
You can do it. It's a really cool thing. VidAngel.
I wish I would have thought about that. I think it'd be funnier though if Christopher Walken popped up on the screen and then he
A voiceover just
he
comes in
read
voice.
what was missing.
So we've only done one movie with it.
Yeah. Do you like it though? It worked like it's
Well,
Does it work well? Does it feel like it's edited and cut up and like?
Yeah, and the movie we watched was not a bad movie by any means. I think it's called Blue Miracle. It's a true story of some guys fishing or something. Dennis Quaid's in it.
That's why I've heard of it. Dennis Quaid is here.
But we watched with the kids, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but they have their own movies on there. But you use like your Netflix or Amazon, whatever your account is, and it it goes through and does it.
That's
And
legit.
It only cut like 5 minutes out of the movie.
Yeah.
There were, because of what our filters we put in, there were like 17 filters.
Really?
And all it would do is like you'd be talking, and then it would bleep real quick,
yeah.
and you'd be like, oh, they said something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. There wasn't much in it anyway.
You didn't miss the storyline.
No, not at all. Now I'm sure if certain movies, like you tried to watch John Wick and cut out violence,
Brother, John Wick's 3 minutes long. If
you're not getting
use
anything.
VidAngel and John Wick.
Right. So
You might as well watch the trailer.
But that's a way that we could like let our kids watch what you can do on there is that movie Air.
Dude, I love that movie.
I think I haven't watched it.
Oh,
yet.
that's good.
I know I heard, but it's like a lot of bad language, right?
Yeah, I mean.
So but you can. So Platt was the one who told us about it.
Yeah.
And he's one of many people that told us about it, but they watched it with their kids and it was like, we can watch that movie and it's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
So I thought
That's awesome,
it's really
bro.
cool.
This technology is getting wild. This AI.
Yeah.
You messing around with that at all?
No.
Dude.
No, I'm going to unplug it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not about to turn this into a Joe Rogan podcast, but I'm telling you, it is wild. But let's land this plane, man. We've been sitting here running our mouths.
Oh, I want to tell one more thing that I just thought about.
Oh, yeah.
There's another thing I'm telling you, but I'm telling
they just happen to be here.
The millions of fans.
Yeah.
Because people might have been noticing I had a new tattoo.
I did notice that.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did notice that. I didn't say anything.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Is that real?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I was like, brother, you getting inked up now?
No,
still?
absolutely not. So, but if you look at it, what's it? What? Read the letters. Can you read them?
J330.
No, the top right up here. It's like an eye test.
HMBG. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You heard it.
So what it is a company called Dwell.
Okay.
Have you heard of Dwell?
I have heard of Dwell.
Dwell
What
is
is
a
Dwell?
company.
Why do I know about that?
Dwell is a company that you can like kind of subscribe to or whatever, and it'll send. I think it's monthly. You get a Bible verse.
Oh, tight.
To memorize with your family. So you have keychains, little like tattoos that are temporary. So all of us have tattoos on.
That's dope.
And so it's the first letter of every word of our Bible verse this week.
Okay.
So it's John 3:30. He must become greater, I must become less.
Come on now.
So which obviously a great verse anyway. But
Yeah.
so all of us have it on it.
That's
and so it's
dope.
temporary, so it lasts, you put new ones on, whatever, but it's you find like a unique spot to put like Benjamin has one like on both knees.
Yeah.
Like the kids are tatted up right now. But Dwell, if you're a family out there, a father that wants to lead his family in Bible memorization, because I think I wish I knew the Bible better, and you know it really well, but I think we all
I wish I knew it better too, man.
But like one really cool, easy way of memorizing easy verses, which that's a big verse anyway. I mean, a lot of people know it, and there's a lot of ways you can go about it. He must become greater, I must become less, and he must increase, I must decrease, whatever. But it's just a really cool thing. So if you're a dad out there that wants to like lead his family and be the spiritual leader of your family and do that stuff, it's kind of a fun way. Kids, like, especially like it gives you a little like background on the story. It talks about like
I love that.
John and what he thought of and how how it came up. And then I'm like, kids, come on, we're gonna do this little Bible thing. They're like, all right, Dad. And then we do it, and I'm like, who wants a tattoo? They're like, yeah,
let's get inked up.
And so now we're like, so it's kind of it's a very unique thing. So
man.
but anyway.
Have you seen it working with the kids? Like, are they able to rattle it off? Well,
for sure.
Well,
our kids do a lot through their school. They do a lot anyway. But yeah, this one tonight, as a matter of fact, I was like, Bodie, what's your Bible verse? Because he's like, Dad, my tattoo's coming off. I'm like, well, what's your Bible verse? And he's like, he must become greater, I must become less. John 3:30. I'm like, good job, dude.
You need a new tattoo. You got this one. Yeah.
But and he asked when the next one was coming. Yeah. But we do cool things like I'll be like, all right, go around the circle. First word, go. He must. We do that. So, but it's just a cool thing. So I'm just encouraging anybody out there. Dwell. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But it's just a cool thing if you want to try and lead your family as a man of learning Bible verses. So
I love it, man.
It's not real ink.
Yeah. No, I love it.
It's cool.
That's huge, dude.
You can land it now. I got nothing else. I got nothing.
Well, we want to appreciate you guys if you guys have made it this far.
Appreciate y'all for staying on board.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We do have some cool stuff coming. Obviously, I think it's important to say that when the football season starts, we are going to make a concerted effort to do this weekly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We'll try and recap the game.
Yes.
If the game's on, we'll watch it, whatever. But yeah, and continue to have guests on if we can. It will be a little harder during the season to have Steelers on, obviously, because they're playing.
They'll be at work.
But we'll do our best to have guests on. If not, if we don't have guests on, we'll at least try and do it ourselves to talk about the game.
Yeah, so we will be getting you guys more content as the season kicks off, because that was a lot of fun when we did it last year. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to think we've only been doing this a year, because it feels like it.
We officially haven't even been done this for like 1 year.
Yeah, I know. It's wild. But we appreciate you guys. We also have some really cool stuff coming up, man. We got a cookbook, like we mentioned in TJ's episode, which, by the way, thanks, TJ, for doing that.
Yeah,
awesome.
That was really cool to have TJ. Like, TJ was one of those guys, and I know I mentioned the thing, but TJ was one of those guys that, like, when he wasn't playing, you're like, this could be tough. You don't get that. You don't get that too often with like defensive guys.
Yeah.
But like
he did
game changer. Troy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking guys like Hall of Fame type guys. And TJ, when he didn't play, you were just like, man, it's going. Not that we can't do it, but it's.
Yeah.
Maybe I should say it the other way. When he played, you're like, oh yeah, he's gonna make this really difficult on somebody.
If I felt a little bit more comfortable when I saw 90.
For sure. But thanks TJ for being on the show. That was really fun and good to see him in kind of like a relaxed, fun light, and just wish him the best this year, healthy season and everything. So
him and JJ was just on the Wheaties box. They just made a Wheaties box.
No way, they still do that
together. Yeah.
I haven't had Wheaties I didn't know that was still a thing.
I'll buy his. I'll buy the one he's on though.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, well, we appreciate you guys. Like I said, also we are working on a cookbook, so you guys can get Chef Evans.
That's so good.
Recipes.
By the way, I've been eating them when he makes them.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're working on it now. We're cooking it. We're photographing it. We're going to get that to you. I think it's a cool concept that you guys are going to be able to enjoy. Should be available to you before the start of the regular season. So make sure you guys stay plugged into @Footballin with Ben for all of that. And I
should sign some of those cookbooks. That'd be cool.
Oh,
sign the inside of it.
Hey, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
Like real sign, not like print sign. Like
no,
real
like
sign,
yeah. Do it on the.
Sorry, I don't know why.
We'll get a handful of them. You'll do it on the podcast, and then
yeah.
Cool. Hey, man.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, and other than that, we appreciate you guys' time. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you guys next time.
I was ready. Oh man, thanks everybody.
Nailed it.